Hello and good morning. You guys, it's my birthday, not just any birthday, my 44th birthday. And I am so excited for the opportunity to share that with this community. Come on in, say hello, and share where you are checking in from. Now, I have been asked multiple times over the last few days, Patrice, where are you going? What tropical island will you be at for your birthday? What are you doing for your birthday? And while I do have some plans for this evening, I genuinely could not think of anything better to do than to spend time with the community that has given me so much fulfillment in this season of my life. But truly, my heart has always been to be someone who uses my life experience and everything that I have endured to be a blessing to others. And so, in true fashion, as my first grade teacher, Ms. Boynton, taught me, when you know something, you have a responsibility to share with friends. And so that's what I wanted to spend my birthday doing. Yesterday, I had an opportunity to teach Soul Detox. And Soul Detox is a process that has been near and dear to my heart for the last 5 years. I can honestly say, when I was walking into my 40th birthday in 2021, I was walking into my 40th birthday and I had the career, I had the house, the marriage, the amazing kid, the cars, the vacations, all the things. And yet, still in 2020, even with the seven-figure business and all the clients and all the stuff, I still found myself at times questioning, is this it? Does anybody else know what I mean? What it's like to know that you are living the life that you prayed for, and yet there might be something that feels a little off, and you just can't quite put your finger on it. And so all of 2020 and leading into 2021, I just began to give myself permission to interrogate my life, to interrogate why I believe what I believe, why I do what I do. And that process has now become Soul Detox. And what I really learned is that so many of us have been indoctrinated with so many ideas, thoughts, labels, opinions, definitions that we don't even know why we do what we do, why we live where we live, why we believe what we believe. We have never stopped to ask the question. And just like when you need a physical detox, when you need to release the weight that no longer serves you, many of us are in need of a soul detox. And it is about releasing the weight of all of those things that just don't serve you anymore. And I can honestly say, my life has changed so much. Oh my gosh. My life has changed so much for the better from the inside out. So when people keep saying, you look like you're glowing, I know. It's not just good lighting, it is from the inside out because I'm genuinely happy to get to do the work that I do and serve the community that I serve in the way that I do it. Some of us love what we do, but we don't like how we do it. And to be in a space now 4 years later, where so many things have changed for me, they've evolved. I've been stretched, I've grown, so many things, but I've gotten more in tune with myself. And so I can honestly say, when someone says, well, why do you want to work on your birthday? This is not work to me. It feels like work. It's like it's doing the work, but it's not work. This is where I get joy and fulfillment from, and not in a like, oh, I overwork, toxic work culture type of way. No, just in a way that I get to do what I want to do when I want to do it with whom I want to do it. How is that not wealth? That's my definition of wealth. And so it's an honor for me to get to spend my birthday with you all. So I see all of the birthday messages in the chat, and I am so grateful. If you were a Soul Detox yesterday, make some noise. If you had an opportunity to attend Soul Detox and you are taking me up on the challenge, remember a detox is not an ever and ever thing. It is a period of time where you will refrain from doing some of the things that don't feel good or don't honor your body, don't honor your soul. don't honor your mind. And so we're talking about just detoxing for a period. So if you were a soul detox, drop something that you learned in the comments, and let's get into this birthday bash. So listen, at Soul Detox yesterday, I had an opportunity to open the doors just a bit early to Redefining Wealth Live. And I have to tell you, I'm so excited about Redefining Wealth Live and what we're doing now. A part of detoxing from all the things, the way that people do things, the way that it is said that you should do things, a part of detoxing from that is constantly checking in with yourself and evaluating and reevaluating, does this feel good to me? And so now we're going into the third year of Redefining Wealth Live. And after last year, I had to ask myself, does this feel good? And remember when I said sometimes you love what you're doing, you don't necessarily love the way that you do it. I love Redefining Wealth Live. I love bringing my community together. I love seeing how we engage and interact together. I love all of the energy. What I don't necessarily thrive in are huge spaces because I value intimacy. I literally value the ability to do life with people. I love intimate containers. I love being able to go deeper with people. I love really hearing the stories. And I said, you know what? This year, I want to do something different. So today, I wanted to introduce you to what that something different is. Um, Listen, Redefining Wealth is going to be bigger than it's ever been, but not because we have thousands of people, because the intention and the planning of the experience for me is so much bigger and it allows me to go deeper. And I chose the theme for Redefining Wealth Live 2025 to be Outlast. Outlast. Somebody put Outlast in the chat. And if you're checking in from YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, please say hello. Somebody put Outlast in the chat. Yeah, Outlast. I chose the theme Outlast because outlasting is about endurance. It's about making it through, but not just barely surviving. We want to be the winners on the other side of this season. We want to thrive on the other side of this season. We are in a dispensation of time that is testing us and pressing us and distracting us at every turn. Everywhere we go, the fear is real, right? Everything we hear, people are speaking from a place of fear. But the ones who outlast, the ones who are here to win, must understand that above all else, you have to be committed to your vision. You have to keep your eyes on the prize that God put inside of you. The desires of your heart were not given to you to play with you. There is no accident, there's no coincidence that you were born for such a time as this, that you are here in this dispensation of time. I hear people say all the time, "Oh, I should have been born in another." No, you were born with purpose, on purpose, for such a time as this. And no matter what is going on, your purpose is not postponed, your vision is not void, and you are going to have to get the tools necessary to outlast anything that is going on outside of you. But how do you do that? How do you do that? Right? You have to keep doing the work on the inside in order to outlast, to sustain, to endure, and not just to survive, again, to thrive, even in a season of uncertainty, even in a season of a lot of fear mongering, even in a season like this. You have to be sure that you have an internal fortitude that you continue to work on, you continue to cultivate, that is so strong, so firm, right? Not flimsy, not flaky, but a firm foundation that you cannot be moved. Success isn't about who moves the fastest. It's about who refuses to quit. And what we are doing at Redefining Wealth Live is making sure that if you continue or if you already are in any of those practices, those mindsets, those indoctrinations, those rituals that do not serve the vision that you say you have, we have to replace those things, right? With the stuff that actually will serve us, with the things that will sustain us, with the conversations, the language, the community, the coaching, the accountability that will help you make sure that you are enduring for the long run. Because a lot of people are moving swiftly doesn't mean they are moving smartly. And a lot of people confuse the words like, oh, they know all the right things to say, but they haven't done the internal work to actually sustain it. And so we only know what we're seeing right now. We have no idea what's up ahead, but I am very clear. Doesn't matter what this year holds. I know who holds me. And that continues to be an internal conversation that has to be had, regardless of the external noise that is out there in the world, right? So, what is required? What is required to be in a space like this? What's required is being clear about your vision, right? And understanding that in order to really get to everything you say you desire, it is going to take work. What is required is you not giving up, right? This is not about hype. It is about the deep, very necessary work that will change how you move throughout the rest of your life. What I love about what we do at Redefining Wealth is this is not about just a one-time thing. These are not just about results right now. These are about residual results. When you learn the practices, like many of you did yesterday as Soul Detox, this becomes something that you can take with you throughout your life, right? When you learn what we are doing at Redefining Wealth Live, yes, you are going to go through my framework. I'll go through that in just a second. However, it requires you to understand that this is about integration. This is about repetition. This is not a one and done journey. This is not a one off. This is work that we must be committed to because transformation takes time. And as I shared with you yesterday at Soul Detox, I've been doing the practice, the practice I took you through yesterday at Soul Detox. And if you want to get the replay, please join us in the Redefining Wealth app. The replay for Soul Detox will be up for the next 7 days until March 22nd. But those practices that I took you through are what I take myself through every single year. It is not enough to do something on January 1st and think that that is going to sustain you for the rest of your life, for the rest of the year. That is like going to the gym on January 1st and thinking that you're still going to be buff and strong and and resilient and all these things on December 31st. It is a daily choice. It is a daily process. But imagine being in a space where for 3 days you are getting these lessons. You are practicing this work. You are literally doing the work in the room. Redefining Wealth Live is not a space where I'm just talking at you the whole time. If you've been to Redefining Wealth Live before, make some noise in the chat. Tell us what your favorite parts are and what your big takeaways have been from the previous Redefining Wealth Lives. It is a space where we collaborate, we get together in our wisdom circles, we talk about, right, what we just learned, we process together. We're visualizing in the room. We're creating plans in the room. We are writing the scripts for how we have to go back in the world and talk to and deal with some folks right there in the room. We are doing the work together in the room. But what is going to be required is for you to put yourself in the room. Because most times when you're on a program or a training like Soul Detox or any of these one-off trainings, right? What I see are sometimes people would get distracted. They start looking around, you start moving around, you have your family in the background, you have a coworker coming to ask you a question. How often do you just take 3 full days to do nothing but pour into you? How often, right, do you take 3 full days to just pour into you? And I know it's my birthday, but I have to give this woman also a shout out. Dion Standerford has attended each year. She's coming back 2025. And she says the one the on the spot coaching is a great learning experience, but today is also Dion's birthday. We are birthday twins. So I want to share this celebration with Dion. So please show her some love in the chat. I'm so glad that you're here, and I'm glad that you'll be back at Redefining Wealth Live. But yeah, there's so much. Let's see. She said, this is Milena. She says, the lessons, the laughs, the community, and it is an experience that doesn't leave when it's done. Yes, I absolutely love that. Anne Marie says, I loved connecting with other sisters at Redefining Wealth Live and the ahas I had going through the assessment and having to get real with myself. Yes, absolutely. I love it. I love it. And Dion, they're giving you a shot. They're giving you your birthday love in the comments. So I hope you see that. So what's required is putting yourself in the room. It's doing the work to go the extra mile. So what is the framework? Let me bring myself back. I'm sorry about that. So the framework is where all of the transformation begins. So on day one, which is September 12th, this is where we begin our awakening. Did you guys all lose sound, or can you hear me? Am I back? I'm back. I'm back. Okay, sorry about that. Day one is the awakening, and this is where we shine a light on the blind spots and we start to dismantle the limiting beliefs. And what does that mean? What does that look like? You know, Anne Marie just said that in the room we did an assessment, and the assessment is where a lot of people have their aha moment. This is where folks begin to say, oh wow, there is something that I need to change in the pillars. There is something that I need to do differently, right? So day one is all about awakening, and we start to shine a light on the crevices of, yes, I'm being applauded, but how does it feel? Is this genuinely what I want? What feels good now, and what doesn't in this season? And then day two, we move on to redefining, because this is what I learned. Again, the concept for redefining wealth has evolved over the 7 years, because I said people are not redefining because they don't even realize that they have a problem yet. You cannot redefine wealth for yourself if you are still not being radically honest about what no longer serves you. So we go through that on day one. And then on day two, we start to redefine. If we're clear about what no longer serves us, we have to replace that gap with what we do desire. And this is where we start to create a blueprint for how we will move forward, right? How we will move forward in a more aligned way. It's not that we don't love our purpose or we don't love what we're doing, but sometimes it's not aligned with who we're becoming. And we have to be honest about that so we can create the blueprint forward. And then on day three is our actualizing day. That is September 14th. And this is where we start to put all the pieces together. And my intention is that you leave with a plan, that you leave with clarity, that you leave with conviction, and more than anything, that you leave with accountability. What I love about the community here is how much people connect and work together, support one another, fill in the blanks, fill in the gaps, send reminders, pray together. This is such a dynamic and powerful community. If you've been in the Redefining Wealth app, then you've experienced a taste of that. But imagine 3 days together in one space. Going to be absolutely incredible. Now, I believe that everyone here belongs in this room. This is an image just from yesterday at Soul Detox. And I love seeing you all on the screens. I love seeing you on the screens. I love the energy, even in a virtual space. And for the first time ever, Redefining Wealth Live is fully hybrid. Here's what that means. It means that instead of the virtual component being an afterthought, as it is for many events, and as it is, quite frankly, for our first event, we thought, okay, at the very end, let's go ahead and do virtual. No, I'm actually planning Redefining Wealth Live with you in mind, because the folks who need to outlast are not just here in the US, and they just can't always come to Atlanta. But I want you to be able to get the resources, the tools, and build the community with us wherever you are in the world. So I want you to know Redefining Wealth Live is taking place in a virtual studio that puts you at the center of attention. It allows you to still be very much present, to still have access to the wisdom circles, to get all of the content for those 3 days. And we are building out a beautiful digital implementation guide so that you are following along the entire 3 days and you don't miss a beat. So if you are interested in joining Redefining Wealth Live and being able to attend virtually, I want you to know you will not be an afterthought at this event. You will not be an afterthought at this event. You will have your wisdom circles, you will have your prompts, and you will feel just as connected as we do in the room. Okay. I want you to have all the bells and whistles, and whatever I can think of, I'm going to add. Please understand. And we will have a special Redefining Wealth space in the Redefining Wealth app for the live. So you'll be able to connect, download your implementation guide beforehand. You will be able to get access to the sponsors, to the resources, anything that we share that is a tangible thing. We will make sure we also have it digitally for you if you are attending the virtual event. So if that sounds good, I see income. Yes, thank you from the UK. Yes, yes, yes. I'm so excited about this. Okay. However, there are still some of you who want to be with me live in the room. If you want to be live in the room, let me see it in the comments. Let me see it in the comments. Now, here's what I did that felt so good, and I'm so excited to share more openly. But when I was getting the vision about what would actually feel good to me and for me, it was being in this space intimately with the 44 golden ticket holders. The 44 golden ticket holders actually came to me one day when I was in the bathroom doing my makeup, and I got a flash. Does anyone ever just get that download? It just drops in. I got a flash because I had been in this space before. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's it. What if I just had VIP attendees in the room with me so I could really love on them, do life, look eyeball to eyeball, do the things. And you guys can't see it, but there's golden tickets in these seats. Yesterday, the golden ticket that you see on your screen, let me see, I have one here. These golden tickets, I literally printed and I put it in the seats because this is what I saw in that flash when I was doing my makeup a few months ago. I said, oh my gosh, what if I just have 44 people in honor of my 44th birthday in the room with me in this like high level experience where we could do the work together, where we could make the connections, where we could hold each other accountable. We could do our wisdom circles together in this intimate space, have lunch together, the whole time, all of the things. Like, what could that look like? So I called the studio owner and started to plan. And yesterday we launched the 44 golden tickets. And yes, I've already started to write your names on the golden tickets. I have the box downstairs. Oh, did I leave the box? I have the box downstairs. But for those of you who signed up already yesterday, I started to write your name on the golden tickets. I'm probably going to just hang them up in my office. I don't know. I just want to know your names, know your faces, see who's coming. But I'm super excited about what this represents because we're going to have such a time for 3 days in Buckhead, Atlanta. I've already gotten DMs from some folks who are not that familiar with Atlanta, and they're like, can you tell me more about the area? Well, Buckhead, Atlanta is like the Beverly Hills of Atlanta. And so for those of you who are like, but where will I stay? This time you are not beholden to stay in the host hotel, okay? In Buckhead, you will have access to everything from St. Regis to the Embassy Suites. It is at whatever budget you desire. There are probably 30 plus hotels just in a 5 to 8 minute drive of the venue, right? And yeah, there's tons of hotel options. There's tons of shopping. There's the Shops of Buckhead, which is literally right across the street from the studio. But you will be shopping after Redefining Wealth Live. You will not be leaving to go shopping. But we have Phipps Plaza. We have Lenox Mall. Buckhead is where it's at in Atlanta, and you will be in the center of it all. So don't worry, you won't be on the outskirts in some remote area. It's easy to Uber, easy to Lyft. Transportation is not an issue in Buckhead, and you'll be about 20 minutes or so if there's not traffic, but this is Atlanta, so let's be real. You're about 20 minutes, 25 minutes or so from the airport, okay? Now, we'll have catered VIP luncheons right there on the spot, and for the VIP luncheons, you will get a chance to do either Q&A with me or some spotlight coaching. Spotlight coaching is my jam. This is where a lot of breakthroughs and start to happen in the room. But I'll also be inviting some special guests. So I love to surprise you with amazing friends and amazing speakers. So if you are in the room, you will get a chance to hear from some surprise guests during our luncheons. We're also going to have a VIP reception that I think you're really going to enjoy. We are already planning those details. So if you plan on being with me and grabbing your golden ticket to come to Atlanta, I just want to say, make sure you fly in on the 11th because we are going the 12th, 13th, and 14th. And try to take the absolute last flight out you can on the 14th if you must leave on September 14th, because I don't want you to head out and miss all the goodies, okay? And of course, you'll get a VIP gift bag with some handpicked curated items, and I'm sure there is more because we are about 6 months away, and every time I'm doing my makeup and get a new vision, I'm moving in I'm moving in the direction of the vision. So don't think that it stops here. Now, I also have early vision bonuses for you, and this also gets me so excited. Okay. Now, you'll notice I said early vision. I am really, words are powerful. We talk about this all the time. Words are so powerful. And we just say a lot of things, I think, without thinking it. And I understand early bird gets the worm, all those things. But I really am just annoyed with early bird. Anybody else tired? I think when people call you a bird where I'm from, it's actually not a really great connotation. And so this is one of those things where, just because culture is like, oh, you give an early bird, you give an early bird. I was like, I don't want to do early bird. I want to do early vision. I really want to reward the decisiveness of people who move in the direction of their vision. I'm not with that anymore. Do you get what I'm saying? I think early vision should get the reward. That's what it is. When you can understand what is coming from, from one heart to another, like when you understand the vision for what is being created, and you also understand the vision that you have, and you see that there's a connection, and you want to, connect yourself to it, you want to attach yourself to it. I'm starting to call it early vision bonus. So if you see it anywhere else that way, just know they got it from me. No, I haven't seen anybody else talk about it this way. So literally, to me, early vision bonuses make more sense. And so about 15 or so of you have already taken advantage of the early vision bonus. And I want to say these bonuses are available to you whether you choose to come virtually or if you choose to come in person. So please know that you can do either, and these bonuses are available to you. Okay. So I think success rewards decisive people. So let's talk about what happens when you're decisive. The very first early vision bonus is with my girl. Look how cute we are. We kind of have like a similar color going on here. That wasn't even planned. Thank you, Rachel Luna. Rachel Luna is one of my good girlfriends. Many of you know me because of Rachel Luna, or you have met Rachel before because of me. We have been friends since 2014. We met in a room like Redefining Wealth Live in 2014. And this is the other thing about putting yourself in the room. Rachel and I have been now friends for 11 years. We have been prayer partners at different points throughout this time. She has been to my home. We have traveled together. She has spoken at my events, both virtually and in person. I have spoken at her events, both virtually and in person. And I absolutely adore Rachel Luna. And I see the comments saying, I love Rachel. Rachel, oh, I love her. I love Rachel Luna. And so I reached out to Rachel and said, friend, I want to do something special for the people who get the vision early. I just feel like we need to do more to reward folks who get the vision for redefining wealth and they want to be a part of this community in a space like this that really works to cultivate genuine transformation. And Rachel said, well, let's do a private masterclass. I can do Wired for Wealth. And if you don't know Rachel, she is trained in neuroscience, and her whole thing is about, listen, people keep talking about the wealth that they desire, but you don't even know what it requires to really hold that, not just here in your mind, but also in your body. And so she's doing something on her wealth framework, Wired for Wealth, that is literally going to be a game changer. And we're doing it in the spring. So you get to get this in, right? Over the next several months, you'll be able to apply this well before you come to Redefining Wealth Live. However, you have to make the commitment. This is early vision. You have to make the commitment by March 22nd to be included in that private masterclass and Q&A, right? So if you want to take advantage of that early vision bonus, this is it. Now, here's another early vision bonus. This year, we released the pillar assessment. And this is something I was working on for almost the last year or so. Well, in January would have been about a year. But I wanted to create a way for folks to really get to the root of which pillar needed their attention. Because most people think when they hear the 6 pillars of wealth, they feel like the words are familiar, but you don't know the work that it takes, right? So you hear fifth pillar and you're like, oh, I should make some goals in my fifth pillar. But what if you're making goals in the wrong area of that pillar? What if you are putting a lot of work and attention in one area, but your soul is screaming for you to do the work in another area? That's what the pillar assessment is designed to help you do. It's a 60-point assessment. It'll pinpoint what pillar needs your attention first, right? And then it's really going to give you some ideas and some thoughts, right, about where you should be putting your attention. Look at Kimberly's feedback. I did the assessment and it was enlightening, right? Gemini's, the pillar assessment is spot on. It really gives you some things that you can consider if you're in the awakening stage in some of this stuff, and gives you a blueprint for where you can start moving. When you sign up for Redefining Wealth Live, you get that instantly. Previously, this was only for members of the Institute for Redefining Wealth. Then I gave it as a bonus to some of our ladies in Pillar Mastery. And for a short time, I opened it up for others. But if you come to Redefining Wealth Live, you will get the pillar assessment, and you can do that today. Okay. Next, here's a really great bonus I'm excited about. I'm so excited about this. Okay. So back to, I got the vision. I was like, I really want to do something with this 44th birthday theme. I don't know about y'all. 44 seems so significant to me. I don't know if it's because I just happen to be in really one of the happiest, most joyous seasons of my life. I've never really been someone who cared that much about birthdays. I acknowledge them and I'm grateful, but I've never been one who's like, oh, I wanted a theme. A couple years ago, I did a brunch and blush with my girlfriends, and that was really fun. But even that was initiated by my girlfriends. That was Brandy and Carly Harvey, like, you need to do something. And I'm like, okay, let's do something. But this felt so good to me because I'm always around my daughter and her friends, and they always have a theme. Reagan is in a friend group with at least 50 children at her school. I don't know how they do it. And so there's a birthday every weekend. And can I tell you that every week these kids have a different theme? Every week they have a different theme. And I'm so inspired. It ranges. One time they had t-shirts on with Tetris pieces and they were standing next to each other talking about we go together. I said, now what in the world? These kids have a theme for everything. But then I thought, I love that. I love how they add those things to life, right? I love how they add those types of things and spice up life a little bit. So I said, I want to spice it up. And so this is what dropped in. What if I gave everyone who made the decision to come to Redefining Wealth Live on my birthday, which did I tell you today is also International Redefining Wealth Day? So not only is it my 44th birthday, it's also International Redefining Wealth Day. And I'm like, what the people who say yes, who have early vision by 11:59 p.m. That means when your order comes through, it needs to be dated March 15th. I want to give you Redefining Wealth Wisdom Credit. What does that mean? You will have $444 that you can apply to future programs, courses, one-on-one coaching, or Redefining Wealth Live 2026. Not this Redefining Wealth Live, obviously, right? But Redefining Wealth Live 2026, as long as it's $1,000 or more. So that means if I launch anything or offer anything in this next 12 months, that's $1,000, right? You are going to save $444 on it. If you want a VIP day with me, you will save $444 automatically. It is my gift to you. And remember, I said all of these bonuses apply whether you choose virtual or you choose to come in person. So right now, our virtual ticket is on sale for $497. That is our early vision price. Now it'll go up to $697. If you grab your virtual ticket for $497 and you get a credit from me for $444, whose birthday was it? I think it's your birthday. I think it was a gift to you. If you grab your virtual ticket now and you get this credit for $444, I think it was actually a gift to you. You're talking about really paying $53. So if you don't plan to come to Atlanta, or even if you plan to come to Atlanta and you might want to upgrade later if there's still space, if it's still available, I would say it still makes sense for you to at least grab your virtual ticket. I'm just saying. Because with the 444 credit, why would you not? And the event is 497. I'm just saying. It makes sense to me that you just go ahead and do that. I feel like it's my birthday, but it's a gift to you. All right. Now, here's my intention. No one gets left behind in this season. No one gets left behind. Right now, you know that I'm in a 365-day consistency challenge. And every day in the Redefining Wealth Live app, I have been going live to pour in to this community. Every day in the Redefining Wealth Live app, I have been going live every day, whether it is 10 minutes or an hour or somewhere in between. I've been showing up because my intention in this season is that no one gets left behind. In December, really before December, it might have been November, I remember getting the nudge and I had it on my wall for a while. And on my wall, there was a reminder to me that said, I felt like from my spirit that said, go get them. Go get them. I'm like, when it first came to me, it's like in meditation and prayer, go get them. Go get your people. Go get the people assigned to you. This is not the season to sit back passively and hope that people come and find you. This is the season where you, Patrice Washington, even with the big voice you have, you amplify your voice further. You don't just double down, you don't triple down, you quadruple down on the pillars. You go all in on doing the deep work with people because in this season, they need it. In this season, in order to outlast, you're going to have to do more than just keep doing surface work. You're going to have to do more than just getting up, doing the same thing, going to work, talking to the kids, going to sleep. You have to do more. And you have to hear a voice that resonates with your spirit in order for that to open up, in order for that to be unlocked. And I don't know that I'm assigned to everyone who's even listening. That's not my job. My job is to make sure that I create the space. That's why I created the Redefining Wealth app. That's why I created the Institute for Redefining Wealth. That's why I created Redefining Wealth Live. My job is to create the space so that people who are ready to live free, people who know they are meant for more. Those are the themes of the previous Redefining Wealth Lives. Those people can outlast even a season like this. We are all potentially facing the same storm, but we don't have to be in the same ship. I've said this before. Some people are going to come out of 2025 and they might be in a little paddle boat, barely making it. And that's not to be harsh. It's not to be mean. It's the reality. And not just because of what's going on externally, it's because of the havoc that is happening internally that we won't face, we won't get radically honest about, and we won't deal with. And some people are going to come out in yachts, ocean liners, cruise ships. You decide. My job is to make sure that you have the tools, the community, the coaching, the resources to ask yourself the better questions that allow you to build a better boat. They allow you to build something like you've never built before. They allow you to build something different. I know that transformation is happening in this room. And I know that whether you decide to join me virtually or in person, you will be blessed. But it's up to you to say yes. It's up to you. So I started to fill in the seats that have been reserved. And I do want to remind you, before I jumped on the live, there were 29. Before I jumped on the live, there were 29 seats left. Let me check. I'm going to check in real time and tell you out of the 44, okay. Sharkina signed up. Hey, Sharkina, welcome to Redefining Wealth Live. Tabitha signed up. Welcome to Redefining Wealth Live. Kelsey signed up. Okay, so we actually don't have 29. Let me change that. We actually have 26. So we have 26 golden seats left. I wish I could update the little seat chart in real time, but we have 26 seats left to be in the room. But of course, if you decide to join virtually, you're all good. I just think that you should get your ticket sooner than later so you can actually leverage the $444 credit that you get only through today. And so everyone who is registered up until this point, you probably have already received your email explaining your $444 credit. That will be good for 12 months. It means you also are already locked in for the masterclass with Rachel Luna, Wired for Wealth. You already have access to the assessment. You are already coming to our 2-day private intensive. You are already coming to our intention setting calls that are happening leading up to September. You are already locked in, ready to go, and you're good. Now, we have 26. Is that what it is? Yeah, 26 left if you want to actually join us in the room. So please go to Redefining Wealth Live if you know that you are supposed to be in that space. All right. Hesitation always costs more than action. Hesitation always costs. And this is where I ask you again, if you have early vision, if you know that you see yourself in this dynamic space, in this intimate space with this small group, right? With this very small group, the 2-day intensive is virtual and I'm still lining up the rest of the speakers. So it'll probably be late April. We have to find a new date because I was asked to speak somewhere. So Income, the 2-day intensive details are coming soon. I need to figure out the date now that I got invited to speak in Dallas. And so we're shifting it around a little bit, but it will be in late April. So hesitation costs. There's more bonuses coming your way. Anyone who says yes, you are obviously going to get more of the bonuses. And so we will have a full summer of activities, a full spring and summer of activities, but all things that are designed to really set you up for success when you come into the room at Redefining Wealth Live in September. So let me know If I didn't answer any of your questions, I would love an opportunity to do that now. If I did not answer any of your questions, or if you had any comments, please feel free to share. And I just need to say, too, thank you so much. I have gotten so many birthday messages. I'm going to try to reply, do my best to reply to all the messages. I have a ton of DMs in the app. So thank you guys. Yes, the upgrade, if you are a current client and Mastery Momentum, or you have the full version of the Institute, which would be you, Milena. I see you asking. The full version means you know what that means. You should know what that means. If you have the full version of the Institute, yes, you can upgrade to get the golden ticket, and that information is currently in the Pillar Mastery space. You have access to Pillar Mastery, and we've already put all of the details and information in the Pillar Mastery space in the app. So go check that out. And it's been sitting there for you since yesterday. Or maybe it got there today. I'm not sure. You got it. Any questions for me? Any questions? You guys, I'm so excited. I couldn't have thought of a better way. I really couldn't have thought of a better way to spend my birthday. It really does give me such joy to be able to do the work and together. And yesterday, after Soul Detox, as I was just reflecting and then also getting messages from several of the people who attended Soul Detox, it just brings me such joy. I don't know what else to say. It brings me such joy because I know what the awakening has done in my life. I know what it's like to have success and for it to look good to other people, but not always feel good. And then I also know, as I've done this work and continue to do this work, what it's like for it to feel good. Somebody put feel good in the chat. There's nothing more frustrating than knowing that you are meant for more, knowing that you are fully capable, knowing that you are so brilliant, knowing that you are so worthy of the love that you desire, knowing that there is so much more to life out there that is available. And even when you're doing all the work, still feeling like, well, what's going on? That radical honesty or lack thereof is the thing that keeps most of us from living the lives we truly desire. Our inability to truly define for ourselves, not based on societal pressures, not based on people pleasing, not based on our imposter syndrome, not based on religious indoctrination, not based on all these external definitions, but being able to literally say, what feels good to Patrice? And I'm going to go in that direction. What feels good to my soul now? And I'm going to go in that direction. I'm going to put my blinders on. I'm not going to look to the left. I won't look to the right. I'm going to put my blinders on and stay focused on what I genuinely feel called to do next. And to be able to own that with clarity, with confidence, with conviction. If I did not do that, I would have never even done the golden ticket. And I know this is fire. I know it's going to be so fire. I dream about that room weekly. I know what the graphics are. I know the vibe. I know the scene. When you walk through those doors on September 12th, I already know what it looks like. And you know what's so beautiful about that? I always tell you, in order to see it, you have to see it. And some of us, our creative vision, our imagination, our ability to dream a new dream is so blocked. It's so cluttered with all the things we won't be honest about in those pillars. It is just, there's so much more available to us. And the thing that gives me the most joy, honestly, is being able to share that with more and more people. Is being able to get more people, women and Floyd, because we love Floyd. No, women and a few good men that end up in the room, is being able to guide people to that process and just being a part of their journey. So what makes me happy on my birthday is being able to do life with so many incredible people from all over the world. So let me say thank you so much for being a part of this community. Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your lives. It doesn't matter to me if you listen to one podcast episode, if you've commented on one Instagram post, if you lurk in the backgrounds and never say anything. All of it contributes to what we have built in this space and what we are continuing to build. And I'm so grateful for the community. I'm grateful for the faculty, the 7 coaches who have aligned themselves with me for the Institute for Redefining Wealth. I'm grateful for, my goodness, my amazing daughter who drove me home last night because I sprained my ankle a couple days ago, and she had a playlist in the car called Mom, and it was all the songs that I used to play back in the day when I used to take her to school. And I'm grateful that I have such a great relationship with my daughter who's graduating from high school in just under 2 months, and the way she loved on me and wrapped my foot with ace bandage, my ankle, and took care of her mom last night. I'm grateful for the love of a very supportive partner in my life. I have such amazing friends, and just, man, thank you. Thank you for being a part. Many of you have known me for 2, 3, 5, 10, 15 years as I've been in the world doing this work. And thank you for being a part of my evolution and receiving it at each stage. Because when we hold space for our own evolution, we can always encourage other people's, right? And so for you to be able to hold space for mine means that you are also holding space for yours. So continue to do that. On this International Redefining Wealth Day, continue to do the work. Continue to define wealth for yourself. Continue to defy all of the things that no longer serve you. Continue to turn away from the stuff that just doesn't make sense for you anymore. That's what redefining wealth is. We understand that wealth is so much more than money and material possessions. The original definition of wealth is the condition of well-being and happiness. And I want you to be well in every one of those pillars. And I want you to be happy. And I want people to look at you and come up to you and say, oh my gosh, you are glowing. You're glowing because you do the work. Your countenance should reflect the work that you keep saying you are doing in your life. And that is what we will be doing together at Redefining Wealth Live, is making sure that your countenance reflects what you say you do. So I want to leave you with one of my favorite scriptures. I know you think Proverbs 17:16 is my only favorite scripture. That is the one that Redefining Wealth, really my purpose was born on. And it's the reason my name is Seek Wisdom. Proverbs 17:16 said, what good is money in the hands of a fool if they have no desire to seek wisdom? And I truly believe that. And it is the basis of everything we do here. But when I was developing the pillars and really wanting to connect it to something that felt deeper for me, it was 3 John 1 and 2. Beloved, I pray that you may prosper in all things and be in health, just as your soul prospers. I pray that you are prosperous in every one of the 6 pillars. I pray that this work is actually as meaningful to you in your life, and that it changes not just the trajectory of your life, but it changes generations to come, because you are willing to be committed to do the work, to get in the room, to be coached, to be held accountable, to reflect, to ask the hard questions, to get authentically aligned. I pray, beloved, that you do prosper in all things, just as your soul prospers. And if you feel like in this moment your soul is not prospering because you're not being radically honest about what you actually need, want, and desire, you're not being radically honest about what you're experiencing and what feels good and what no longer feels good, I do want to invite you to check out the replay of Soul Detox in the Redefining Wealth app. It is currently in the main feed for 7 days. I do believe it'll get you on the right track. And if you feel led and inspired, I do hope to see you at Redefining Wealth Live. You guys be blessed. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. And I certainly do hope that I will see you in the building, whether that is one of the 44 golden tickets in Atlanta with me in September, or if it's in the virtual space. Either way, get in the room. Both rooms are going to be such a blessing. You guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Be blessed, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.